Welcome back to my channel. We're doing another pick a card today. Let's just take a moment and enjoy the snow out there. Think about what question you want answered today. I do actually do tarot readings in person. I am Salt Lake Salt Lake City Valley, kind of in the south part of the valley, south part of Salt Lake, I should say. Sandy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We can also do it over WhatsApp with Venmo or however you'd like. But if that's not an option, we can do this. It's just that obviously if you have a personal question, I can answer it personally. That's going to always be a better reading. I always feel in person is the best. Anyway, for this pick a card, you've got these three options. Option 1, Option 2, and Option 3. The dice will be rolled, so whatever it says on there does not have to have anything to do with you. We do have a Taurus. There's my sign, Virgo and Leo. But as I said, that has nothing to do with it yet. We are just picking which one we like based off 1, 2, or 3. So go ahead, make your decision, think about it. Okay. Let's hope the energies have steered you correctly. We're going to start with deck 1. So we'll just get these two out of the way. Wow, the moon over there, really close to the moon. Second house, so money question, huh? And there we have Aries. Okay. So who knows if you are an Aries or you're dealing with an Aries or simply attacking this in the energy of an Aries. So fiery, ready to go. Now the way that I do tarot readings is a little bit different. I like to take in astrological effects. And in this case, like I said, your problem may be coming from the second house. That's why we have the number 2 there. And so let's just get going. If you chose this deck, number 1, you have chosen the Biblical Tarot today. And with the 4 of Grains, we can see here, Farmers of the Rich Fool. Let's just go ahead and read that really quick. Then he said to them, "Watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions." So that is already a very good theme for this, right? Right in the middle of your reading there in the sun, and what is most heavy in the center of your heart right now. And there you see the 2 right there. In your inner circle, we have the 2, which is money matters. In your subconscious, what we're weighing in right now, the 5 of Grains. Oh, wow. Okay. Grains are the pentacles of this deck. So if you've seen me before or you've read my name on here, you'll know I am the 5 of Pentacles. In this deck, it is the woman who touches his linens, or what, I don't know how they say it in the Bible, but it's basically, he turns and says, "Did someone touch me? I feel virtue going out of me." See, this woman, she is desperately needing help, right? in the classic, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's the woman that's outside of a church. We just see like a stained glass window that has the 5 pentacles in the window, and the old woman, or sometimes just a man, as it is in one of my favorite decks, a man sitting out there with dice gambling. It's kind of a card of not knowing where to turn, not knowing where to get help. So here in the subconscious, it seems that you're needing help. You're looking for someone to turn to. Perhaps needing a job or something. Money matters. We have the Empress, Mary, Mother of Jesus. So it seems with the Empress, maybe you have a large family or lots of children, and that's who you're trying to take care of. You're needing support. She is usually a woman of abundance, a woman of fertility. So more grains type of vibes here. She's in the Pluto, which is our transformative, our super real type of planet energy. Next here, very beautiful card. Neptune, the Sun, and Saturn. So the Sun really pulling in what is really heavy on your mind right now, in your heart right now, what you really need right now. And also, curious enough right now, the planetaries are aligning for accepting new challenges, and also your yearnings, your longings, your illusional hopes. We have the Three of Chalices, which is the wedding, right? This is, I don't know if everyone knows, but the very famous story people always hear, he's turned water into wine, but they didn't know that it was actually, or I guess lots of people don't know. I didn't know until I read the Bible myself. So this is Jesus coming back to go to a wedding of his friends or someone in his village, some like friends of his mother's, and the wine goes out. And funny enough, I used to be the banquet guy at a restaurant, a hotel. So I know what it's like. You don't want to run out of whatever they say. This is what we want to drink that night. You want to make sure it's stocked enough. It's a big deal if they're already slightly drunk and then they can't keep getting drunk all night. So anyway, the wine runs out and they don't know what to do. You would think that wouldn't be such a big problem, but yes, this is such a big problem that literally Jesus says, we can't order any more wine. There's nobody delivering wine tonight. I will take this water and turn it into wine. But he does it as a favor for his mother. He wasn't going to do it. He said, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. This is not what this is for. And his mother said, please, you don't know, how this, I mean, you might have seen this in The Chosen, to be honest. That's what I'm thinking of right now, is very well depicted in there, how she's just like, this is going to make them look really bad in front of friends and people who, care about this kind of stuff, who care about reputation and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so he's like, okay, I'll do it. And it's depicted very well the way he does it. Anyway, he changes the water into wine. And then, the guy ends up saying, wow, hold on. And he stops the party and he yells at everyone saying, how is it that usually you bring out the good wine right at the start so everyone can see how great you are with your good wine? But in this case, late into the party, you bring out the finest wine I've ever tasted. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. So it's sometimes great things come later. And the Three of Chalices, of course, usually the celebration, right? The happy celebration. But that's why I like having different decks, because different decks give you different energies. And in this case, accepting challenges, to me it says, look, you're yearning for this greatness, of reputation, but the challenge to accept is that you're going to have to be patient, right? Sometimes you have the very finest wine at the very end. Anyway, we're going to keep going now. We've got the King of Grains. And here we are in Venus. So these are things that you indulge in, pleasures, success. Might be a little bit the spendiness. This is also with Mercury there, can be short distance travels, things around you, the way you communicate with people, the way you write and talk, things you write down. So the King of Grains being the King of Pentacles. This says Joseph in charge of Egypt. He is, of course, very great the way that he was taking care of the affairs of the Pharaoh, which is why the Pharaoh loved him so much, despite him not being Egyptian, right? He's like the Jew that brought everyone together, that started the Jews in Egypt type of thing. So anyway, he's a great king. He's very good with what he does. He's like a superb businessman, if we want to put it into terms we know nowadays. So the communications, I guess, are saying that this is what you're good at. This is probably something that you could delve into better, right? Here we have in Jupiter your confidence, the 5 of feathers, so 5 of swords. Your confidence looks like you are being a winner right now. Although with the 5 of feathers, it's King Saul's tragic downfall. Usually we see the 5 of swords as you being the winner. But here we are highlighting the king who is faltering, right? He's going to be taken down. People are not enjoying what he's doing, and it's got to change. So is your confidence faltering? Are you having a little trouble in believing in yourself? Because the communications thing here is saying that you are a awesome business savvy type of person. In Uranus, in the Enlightenment, we have the Death card, the 4th horseman. Funny enough, this is the painting that I decided to put up right now. One of my paintings. I don't know if I'll be selling them or not. I just kind of enjoy painting for fun. Anyway, the 4th horseman of the apocalypse, right? He is quite somebody. Death card, not at all a bad card, actually. Death is actually a really good thing. I mean, it's odd to say that, right? I'm a little bit of a weird person. I have this on, not this image, but I have a 13 on my arm tattooed. So I embrace the Death card. It's a very good card that lets things finish, A finality is good because it's bringing you to a fruitful ground. So the 13, I'm always thinking of the death of the flowers out in the garden, right? Once they're dead and they wither away, they go back into the soil. That death turns into the mulch for next year. The spring, the flowers, they grow amazingly out of the death of the old. So that's always something to remember. The Hermit in Mars. So your fiery drive to go and do is being stunted here. John the Baptist, of course, being a great man, but forced to be kind of a hermit while he was in prison, right? What's he going to do? He can't break out of there. He's not allowed to talk to anyone. Sometimes we are forced into those situations because that's where we have the best growth, The Hermit card is a significator of wisdom. So use your wisdom to create that stability, to make that money if that's what you're looking for. However, as we already looked here, the whole point of this reading, I felt, was to remind us the Four of Grains. Money isn't everything. You know, it just isn't. So you might want to also look to what else is important to you. And in fact, I'd like to do that here with a couple more cards. Where else can we turn besides money? Because the money seems to be something that you would be good at making if you are patient and you devise a good plan as the Hermit in Wisdom. And then from that plan, from the Death card, use that enlightenment to lash out. The Eight of Chalices, Five of Chalices, and Four of Candles. Wow, okay. Beautiful. So let's go really quick on what the pictures tell us. It's the Ascension of Jesus. It's the Prodigal Son. And it's the Ark brought to Jerusalem. So all three cards, very amazing cards, right? Eight of Chalices being a go within yourself again, go on a journey on your own, right? But that journey will bring you to the Five of Chalices. The prodigal son must return, right? Much like Jesus after his ascension, 3 days later he comes back down, right? I mean, it is almost Easter. We are heading right into Easter here, so this is great, isn't it? Five of Chalices, though, don't cry over spilled milk, right? Don't miss out on something that you could be getting. And the Four of Candles, the Ark brought to Jerusalem. A huge celebration, obviously, to have the Ark. You know, it's such a historical item that I'm not going to get into that story now because I've already been doing a lot of story time here. Four of Candles is a win celebration, oftentimes like a anniversary or wedding. So, and with the chalice energy here, lots of chalices, right? Eight of Chalices, Five of Chalices. I would say you've got the business down, you're smart, you're savvy. Don't forget about the love. Don't forget about those around you. That's kind of what I'm seeing here in this message, is that it's just, we already have the two, right? Money, you can make it happen, but make sure you have someone to spend it on. That's a big thing in your life, right? And possibly you already have that, and that's why you are looking for how to do it. So I think that's a good reading for you. I hope that works out well. Like I said, you just have to devise that plan on your own. Go within yourself. And with the enlightenment, then you should be successful. Okay, just give me a minute here. We're going to get into the second deck. I guess I'll take a minute to just say that I am working on starting up a Etsy so that I can sell an own deck that I'm devising. I'm very excited for that, actually. And also, like I said, if you'd like to have a tarot reading that is personal for you, then yes, I would love to do that for you. Try to get a hold of me. You can write messages here. You can subscribe so you know when I'm doing these things. If you're in the Utah area, we can do it in person. Otherwise, we can figure out a different way. You send me a question, I send you a video for you. However it is, Venmo is possible for that. All right, here for the second deck. Okay, going more towards the subconscious here. We've got the 10. We've got Neptune and Aquarius right there in the center. Okay. 10. Interesting. Let's see how that fares for us. Oh, I didn't even show you guys the bottom card of each deck. Oh well. Maybe we'll start doing that next time, huh? I mean, in this spread, we get so many cards that it's kind of not a problem anyway, right? Five of Pentacles again. Okay, so once again, we already know the Five of Pentacles, right? Searching for help. Feeling down on your luck. Feeling like you don't know where to turn. Interesting. Aquarius being the talk to people, the technological advice, communications, yearnings and longings. What it is that you are really wanting is close, very close to the card that's usually for that, which would be the moon, or the planet that's for that, I guess. In my case, it's a card, but it's representing the planet. And the 10th house. So with the 10th house, we have your reputation. I like to think of this as if you were going to be speaking at a college or in front of a huge assembly, the person before you is going to announce you, the things that he's going to say that you have accomplished. That is kind of what this is. The 10th house is not really what you're really like. It's more of your accomplishments. It's not your job. It's like the things that you have done that would get you that job. You know, it's very much a little bit of a superficial in my opinion, but I'm a very odd person. So anyway, here in the 10th house, in your subconscious, we have the 8 of Cups, which we also just barely had in the other deck. So not much explanation I have to do, I think. The 8 of Cups is that journey of self-discovery. You're walking it alone to try and figure out what you're trying to figure out, I guess. So that's kind of an odd one, right? In your subconscious, in the 10th house. Why is that? Why are you feeling like you're the only one that has this reputation, or you're yearning and longing for reputation? You are not having the reputation you'd like, possibly. You're left all alone here, right? You don't have the communications that you would like to have. Excuse me. So let's see the other ones here. And the moon. Okay, in transformation. Pluto, the far away, the way out there. The moon. So you have a lot of kind of subconscious things going on, a lot of confusion, it seems. Or not letting it out. No one to talk to, it seems. So the sun, yeah, the hanged man. You're seeing things from strange angles. And Neptune there, which we have right in your inner circle there. So you are really, really feeling like alone, I guess. What is it you're yearning for? You're yearning for a new perspective, right? You're kind of stuck. You're on your own. You're looking for something to take you somewhere. The Venus, the indulgences. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Also with the Mercury, the communications, how you write, talk, and travel. The 9 of Pentacles. So, Virgo, isn't it? I mean, it's the beautiful woman. Okay, very Venus-like. Woman in her garden. Indulgences. Beauty. I guess you like to talk a lot about pretty things. You want style and abundance of nice things. Let's put it that way. And you are not there. Okay. So then we have your confidence in the 2 of Wands. You're confident to go and Go and explore is what you should be doing. Uranus, your enlightenment. We've got the 9 of Swords. So okay, you're again with the heavy thinking in your head, sleeping not so well because you got so much on your mind. I think this is a really you need to get out type of energy in this reading. With the fire, with the Mars, the drive, we have Page of Swords. Someone that is ready to go out, right? That's your fiery drive. You need to go out there. You need to step into the world. You're really way too secluded, way too on your own. You're not doing anything. Everything is all in your head, in your mind. You're feeling like there's nobody out there. You're just hanging around. But there are people out there. You need to take that swords. And sure, the swords can be a manipulative type of guy, but that's not what you want to do. You want to be honest. You can tell people what they need to hear, but that's not always the best option. We're going to do a couple more cards in the center here for you, just to see, because we are needing something here. It's saying go, confidence, adventure out. That's what we want to do. So, the Fool, Ace, and the 8 of Swords. The Fool is exactly that guy. Start a journey, start an adventure. Go out with a happy smile. Go and see something. The Ace is going to be start walking, right? Start doing, start spending, whatever it is. The Ace of Cups is a little bit of start spending that money. That's what you have to do. Spend a little to get a lot. Material things, we're talking back about here. What do you like? You got that Venus, the Virgo in Venus. You're on your own, but you need to not just spend money on yourself. And then we have the 8 of Swords. It's all in your head. Once again, the 8 of Swords. You are stuck. You're feeling attacked, but that's not the way it is. You have 8 swords there. Cut the ropes that are binding you. You only need one of them to free yourself, and then you can run. You can adventure. That's a very odd reading. This reading is very much just somebody seems to be very, very stubbornly sitting. You got to get out. That's just what I'm seeing here is go shopping or something. Okay. Here we are. We're going to get on to the next one in just a second. I'm very excited what comes out with this third deck. Very experimental deck. You'll see the majors in this one are something else. So, everything right in the center again. The 10th house again with reputation. Okay, we've got the Jupiter and Gemini. Interesting enough. Okay. So Gemini being a very fun-loving, communicative, right? But then the 10th house having a lot to do with that reputation, how people see you. Jupiter being your confidence. So all of this right there in the center. And let's see how the Necronomicon is working on you there. A Knight of Pentacles. A Knight of Pentacles. You're quite sturdy, stuck in the snow, huh? Just as we have the snow out here. Very interesting, starting with the Knight of Pentacles. The Pluto, we have Queen of Beakers. So, a loving woman, right? Transformations here in the Pluto. Queen of Beakers. These cards are so beautiful. Anyway, so she's a woman who cares, right? She has the biggest loving cup in the original, but let's not say original. In the Rider-Waite-Smith versions, she is the one that has the biggest cup of love to give, and she gives it very openly and honestly. Queen of Beakers in this one, she's a smart woman too, right? She's mixing up potions and stuff. So clever. She knows how to transform what is on the inside and the spiritual out into the open. Now in Pisces, we've got where the whole sun, the sun here with the sturdy, stubborn knight who is not very initiative. We have our first fear. Contamination. And this is a good place to have it in the sun. This is the root of your fear and also where you are usually accepting challenges in Saturn. Neptune, yearnings and longings. So this is the part where, for this specific deck, I will read it. The 14 is usually temperance. And in this case, instead of temperance, it's contamination. So, the fear is of contamination, the unclean, the corrupted. Are you frightened of illness, of contagion? I don't know. Does the world seem unclean to you? Are you unclean? Okay. So, a little bit of a germaphobe, right? You're very cautious of everything. COVID time must have been a nightmare for you. You're wearing that mask everywhere. Let's just move on to the next one here. Ace of Books. Books being your thoughts. In Mercury, your communications. And Ace. So it looks like you do speak well. You communicate well. You're letting people know of your fear, right? You're very verbal. In Jupiter, we've got another fear that's breaking your confidence, which is interesting and makes a lot of sense with Jupiter being right here in the center where you're supposed to be, 10 reputation, Knight of Pentacles. Well, your confidence is being blocked by this fear. So that is obviously why you're having this problem here. So let's read corruption. You've got another fear here. That would be the 15. Oh, good. Usually the devil card. And in this one, 15. The fear is of corruption, depravity, or being overtaken by another. Who or what is your environment is not what they seem. Are you corrupt yourself? Are you attracted to the wrong kind of people? The fear may be of obsession. Okay, so your reputation is at stake, right? The wrong kind of people. People are seeing you as the people that you are around. It's that analogy with the apples, right? You put one good apple with 5 bad apples, those bad apples are not going to turn good. They're always going to rot that good apple. It's just the way it works. Your confidence is broken by the people around you talking. Talking bad, apparently. Your communications. You got a little blockage. And in Mars... Oh wait, first Uranus, I guess. 10 of books. Okay. Your enlightenment has the 10 of books. 10 of swords. So, definitely enlightened to that 10 of swords, which is going to be a bunch of backstabbing. They're trying to get you down. They're trying to manipulate you with what they're saying about you, what they're saying you are, and you know that's not what you are. Mars, your manly, fiery drive, your passions, your strength, fighting spirit, the Knight of Books. And if you know the Rider-Waite-Smith, you know he's the one that is charging. You are ready to pounce on that, right? But that's what they might use against you. Try to make you look more crazy. Say, look at this person. And you just gotta fight it. Oh, now this heater's turning on. Hold on. So now you're realizing you want to attack. Sometimes it's not the best to do so, but hey, you can do what you feel you gotta do. The Knight of Books is ready. He just sometimes talks faster than he thinks, which can be a problem. And lastly, here in the Virgo, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Perfect for the Virgo, isn't it? This is in the subconscious of the moon. So, Queen of Pentacles, you do you. You know you're good. The Queen of Pentacles is the loving queen that always makes sure everyone is taken care of. She cares, she really cares. Like, she is very much always there with the pot roast for the neighbor, always there with dinner for her family. If her son brings home a friend or her daughter brings home a girlfriend, she's got enough food that she says, of course she can stay for dinner. She's that loving Queen of Pentacles. So, and she shows it, right? She's well off with the pentacles, but she doesn't keep them to herself. So with the Knight of Pentacles in the center there, he's the one that usually does not start. He's not the initiator. He's usually the one that is taking orders from the King of Pentacles. So that's the only thing, is that's where it might come from. Your confidence is being blocked. You want to break free from your fears that I've discussed here. The fear of corruption by people. That's what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. I hope this was helpful. Once again, this is just kind of a general reading for whoever sees it, so understand that it cannot work for everyone, and it cannot be very detailed as to what it is you actually want to ask. If you actually want to ask, I love doing personal readings for a person in person. Like, actual in person is the best way always. That's how you get the most energy from a person to, you can touch the deck yourself and kind of think about your question and create that atmosphere where answers are found. Otherwise, of course, like I said, if you somehow want to speak over WhatsApp or something, or have a video sent to you personally, you can always get a hold of me, Venmo, and then we make that happen. Thank you so much and have a great day.